information, the types of information, why information is very important, and why social media today has become one of the very major channel for the people to get into information. And you as individuals and we as individuals need to understand that whatever the things which comes on the social media are not usable, are not up to the mark, and it is not, everything can't be treated as an information. So there are different categories. When I spoke about your misinformation, I did speak about the disinformation and how this social media has started, because the main purpose of a media is to bring the society together. Okay, the main purpose is to see that the good things are happening in the society and the good things are being projected to the people. But in turn, what is happening here is, as there is no control, as there is no person to have a kind of a rules and regulations which can control this social media, things are becoming completely different. So the very purpose of having a social media is completely marred. So I was also telling you about how these fake content have started creeping into the news. And I would like to tell you about, understand that maybe after this session, maybe after the particular session gets over, you will be able to carry back something, and you'll also be able to circulate the minimum information or minimum knowledge what the people have gained over the period of time to your students or to your close family circle, or maybe the public circle, or maybe a primary circle. So I was telling you about the fake news. So let's now move on about what fake news is all about. We'll be just discussing about what are the different kinds of fake news which is available. One sec. So, okay, so what we usually see, there are 9 kinds of fake news. I don't know how many of you are aware of it, but fake news is fake news for anybody. But when you take a deep look into it, or when you dwell into the matter, or when you dig out the things about the fake news, okay, what we usually say is it is a false information. Okay, in a very common parlays, or in a common man's language, we call it as a fake news, as a false information. But a false information also has different kinds of formats, okay, which I want you to stress upon. The very first one is the misinformation, which I already told you. A false information, misinformation is a false information which is being sent to you, but it was without any harmful intent. Okay, it doesn't harm anybody. Like I gave you the example of Sai Baba, or maybe any god thing, okay, which you are trying to send, like birthday message. Okay, it is not going to harm anybody. Okay, it is going to bring a smile on somebody's face, or it is going to be informing somebody. Okay, but it is not going to be any harmful intent. There is nothing wrong in that, doing that. But whereas the disinformation is usually created, please note the word created. It is generally created. I told you, you have 3 kinds of people. One is a creator, one is a consumer, and one is a distributor. Okay, the creator does it very with an intention. He or she is being paid to do this. Okay, intentionally asked being to do, especially political parties, especially the politicians, or maybe especially the political outlets. Okay, whatever you people find in a democracy like us, you know how political things are. So political communication is a very big thing which is happening today on the social media, because of free of cost, and it is very easy to take the people into your confidence. Okay, so this information is a kind of information which is created, please mark the word created, and shared by the people with a harmful intent. You do it purposefully, you do it intentionally. You want to target somebody, you want to target somebody in your family, you want to target somebody in your office, you want to target some girl, you want to target some community, you want to target some religious group, some politicians, whatever be the thing. Okay, but your main intention is to hurt somebody. Okay, so that is called as disinformation. Apart from these two what we mentioned, there are also other kind of fake news. One is the unscientific claims. Okay, so in your Facebook or in your WhatsApp, there are a lot of things which are making rounds, which are unscientific in nature. Okay, which are unscientific in nature. For example, I told you very examples which I can tell you is about the unscientific claims. For example, told you during COVID, maybe even we have. Okay, during COVID, what was the unclaimed, unscientific one? They said if you have hot, or if you have cow urine, it is going to be a thing. Who has proved it? Where it has been scientifically proven? Okay, so because it is very easy, especially in a country like India, where people are religiously grounded, where people are very conservative, where people tend to believe whatever you say. Okay, so please understand, you are playing with the psychology of the people. Media today has become so strong that whatever you give in the society is a saleable product. So earlier we used to give information for knowledge. We used to share information for education. We used to give information so that people become much more aware of it. But the very concept of that awareness, that knowledge, everything has completely gone. So there are many unscientific things we do. For example, beauty claims. Okay, a lot of women friends are there. Even I am also one of them, and even our men community is also there. So there are many beauty tips. Okay, making the skin much more fairer. Okay, you must have seen. Okay, getting the hairs grown longer. So this sort of unscientific claim. You do some household things, fine. One, it's not going to work out everywhere, and it has not been scientifically proven. See, if you're doing something to your face, it's not going to harm, fine. But it becomes something wrong, the whole face is being gone. So you need to understand that there are many people who will post unscientific things which are completely fake in nature. It is not a proven one, but people get carried away. Okay, people tend to believe it. So that is other kind of a thing. The fourth one is the hawks and rumors. Rumors are one of the worst thing what you see, what you people can see on the internet today. Rumors about them, rumors about the people. There are a certain section of people in the society. It can be in India or it can be anywhere worldwide. You play with the psychology of the people. Hey, rumors. Sumne, you just speak about somebody's affair. You speak about somebody's marriage. You speak about somebody's family dispute and all. So you try to spread a kind of a rumor which is not true, and people don't have the time to cross check it. People don't have the time to see whether the divorce has happened, whether the marriage has happened. People are not there, especially when it comes to personal opinions, when it comes to personal life of the people. There are a lot of rumors, this, that, hagante, he gante, okay, aisa hai, waisa hai. People have a lot of things, and it has become a bubbling place. Okay, it has become a place where the social media today has become a place where these rumors are created without anything, without any, somebody posts something, whatever is there is in mind, he or she will post it, and it becomes a rumor. People start sharing it. People start circulating it. 1, 10, 100,000, 10,000, lakh. See, you already spoiled lakhs of minds already. It is there in their mobiles already without any cost. Okay, so these can also be called as a fake news. You have to be very careful when these kind of rumors come into your inboxes. Then you also have something called as a false context. Okay, I'll explain it to you. False context is a place where you use the audio, where you use the pictures and the videographs, the present situation. Okay, you are trying to use it for a present situation, but the video is made somebody sometime else back. For example, I'll tell you. Maybe I'll just. No, no, I'll just give the example here only. You have something. I'm just giving a small example. So when the U.S. Vice President, okay, when Kamala Harris, when she took over, as I'm giving an example of the false context, how different videos, different audios can be used at the present situation. Okay, you can use ಯಾವ್ದು 10 ವರ್ಷ ಹಿಂದೆ ವರ್ಷ ಆಗೋಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. It might have happened around 10-15 years back, but you are using that audio, video, something for the present situation. Okay, you might have seen many of the people do that. I'm just giving examples of how a video or how an information can be used in the false context. When Kamala Harris became the US Vice President, and as you all know, she was an Indian origin. Okay, she belongs to, she's an Indo-American citizen of America also, but basically she was born in India. Okay, so she has got a connection with Chennai and all. So when she became the Vice President, so there was a lot of information about her family, about her education, the first women, that this and all. You know how the things are. So at the same time, there was also one of the rumor, or there was also one of the video which was been circulated in the WhatsApp. I don't know how many of you have seen or how many of you might have received that, where it said Kamala Harris performed the Hindu puja at the first day of her office. Anta helbiಟ್ಟು, with that context, with that situation, they were just giving a video which was made where the people of the white people were standing and the Gayatri mantra was been playing. Okay, and they claimed that Kamala Harris, on the very first day of her office, she played Gayatri mantra. See, she hasn't forgotten the roots. Okay, she is an Indian. She's a boy, though she is there in America, but still she is very much related to her Indian context. Okay, you know how it is. Very religious person, whereas in India people do this, do that. Okay, a lot of other things continued. But when we did the cross check, so we wanted to know whether video was real or not. Okay, so we wanted to see whether, so how people use different videos and audios for the present context. So when we did the cross check, so we have a different kind of mechanism where we cross check the videos, we cross check the photographs, and see, I'll tell you in the coming slides. So when we checked it, we got to know that the video was true. Okay, the video was true. The Gayatri Mantra which was played was also true, but the context was wrong. So when we did the cross check, we got to know that the video was played by an Indian mayor, okay, an Indian mayor who was elected in an American state as a mayor for the city, has played the same video in 2014. It was not in 2020, which claimed to be now. Okay, so the thing is, what they did was they took that video, which was in the 2014 one, and they mixed or they matched that particular context with the Kamala Harris taking over the office. So this is called as a false context, where the older video will be used using the present situation. How many of us will know that? Or how many of us will try to see whether the video is right or wrong? Because the video doesn't show Kamala Harris anywhere. Okay, it is just an office. They'll just show you from 30-40 seconds ka video hai. That is only 30-40 seconds video where Gayatri Mantra is playing and all the Americans and people are standing in the office. It's an office setup, complete office. But the context is wrong. Okay, so this is called as a false context. That can also be one of the kind of a fake content which can be there on the on your Facebook or your social media. Then you have something called as imposter content. Okay, you also have another, these are only technical terms. Okay, these are technical terms, but I'm just telling you in a simplified manner. You also have something called as an imposter content. Okay, using the content, using the pictures in the other way. Okay, for pictures, you have something called as a collage. Okay, imposter content. Okay, imposter content where you are trying to manipulate the picture, you're trying to manipulate the video and trying to create a kind of a tension, create a kind of a panic in the minds of the people. Okay, that is an imposter content. Okay, for example, you use somebody's body and use somebody's head. You might have seen that. Okay, it is very common, like graphic designing. Okay, to make a to show a woman in a bad taste. Okay, you use somebody's body and you use somebody's face. Okay, people tend to do that because they want to create the misconception. They want to create a kind of a bad name for a woman. So these are called as imposter content. Then you also have manipulated content. I'm using this manipulated content in this context is because many of the statistics, many of the things are manipulated by politicians, by health department. Okay, this chumma they claim it. Okay, they just claim it that Airtel is the biggest, Airtel is the largest, what you call telecommunication thing or the private sector thing in the country, which is not. But how many of us will try to do that correction? How many of us will try to dig out the thing? So these manipulated contents are also one of the way in which fake contents are set. Okay, 99% of the people in India are satisfied with Ariel. Who has done that? Okay, so you have a marketing authority. I'm not saying it's not there, but it can't be 99%. So many a times Facebook in a business, in order to develop your business, in order to develop the sales of the content or the product or something, these kind of manipulation is happening, which people are not aware of. Okay, you have to be very careful about the people who are giving those kind of advertisements, who are posting these kind of a content. So you have to be very, see, out of 100, as one of your friend was telling, Dr. Mahesh was telling, earlier he used to do it, but now he has restrained himself. So he knows what's the truth is, so he has started controlling himself. Okay, but how many people you can tell them? All over the country, how many people you can go and teach them? So it has to come within ourselves. Okay, that is also. So you have got manipulated content. Then you got satire and parody, especially politicians use this, and propaganda. Last but not the least is the propaganda kind of content. I'll be giving you the examples also. I'll be showing you some pictures. I'll be showing you some data, which will make you much more things very clear. Then you also have propaganda. Okay, especially religious propaganda in the country, especially political propaganda in the country, especially cultural propaganda in the country are the major things which are the component of the fake news. Okay, if you want to develop the political party, propaganda. And politicians are the people who are using this social media to the maximum content, to the maximum extent, sorry, to the maximum extent. Every political party have got something called as the social media handlers. Okay, so the main purpose of these people is to keep posting good things about a political party and writing something wrong about the opposition party. You know that. I needed to tell that. It can be in the form of a Twitter, it can be in the form of a political posters, it can be in the form of a videos. ಯಾರೋ ಒಬ್ರು ತಪ್ಪು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು ಅವ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದೇನೋ ವಿಡಿಯೋಸ್ ಶುರು ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೆ. Okay, you know how they try to manipulate. Okay, so there are people who will be churning. I told you there are something called as creators. The main purpose of these creators is to do only these kind of things. Do harm to the society, do harm to a culture, do harm to a particular party, political family, particular women, particular institution. So it can be anything. Okay, so it has become an easy way of defaming somebody. Okay, so that is not information, but we take it as information. So you have to understand how media is playing with the society. See, society is educated, society is not educated, both the ways are there, but how do you use it? See, as educated, the reason why we are targeting more of our academic friends is because you will be speaking to 100 people tomorrow, you will be speaking to 1,000 students tomorrow in your classroom. So as and when you come across regular class jote, if you can people, you can just tell them, okay, you can just tell them, create a kind of awareness. It's not going to die all of a sudden, it needs a lot of requirement, but media literacy has started. We want to tell the people how to understand what kind of content should go, that has to be understood. Okay, so fine. So if you're doing all the what, why do people do this? Okay, why are the people doing these kind of misinformation, disinformation? People enjoy doing this. One thing is, you are able to break down the trusted information sources. Nowadays people don't believe in TV. Okay, people don't believe in newspapers, people don't believe in radio. What they believe is only WhatsApp University. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂತು, WhatsApp ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂತು, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದೆ, Facebook ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದೆ. Okay, so for them, coming from the real institute, coming from the real authenticated sources, people are not doing it. And Facebook or the social media has been very successful in breaking the trust of these information sources. So that has to be taken care of. Second thing is, you can create the confusion in the minds of the people. See, people mind is very fickle. Okay, sorry to say that, but even sometimes it happens to us also. So you try to create the confusion in the minds of the people and tend to make them believe it. ಹಿಂಗೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಹಂಗೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ನೀವು ಯಾವಾಗ you keep on telling the same thing again and again, people will believe it. Psychology of the people is like that. People say seeing is believing. So you're showing it, so I'm believing. But people doesn't know that it is a morphed picture. That video has been created intentionally. The video has been edited picture, but nobody wants to know that. So you try to create, because it is in a very easy way of doing it. So it's about creating the confusion. Third is, very easily you can spread the fear. Very easily you can do the violence. Okay, so many of the people, you know that how Iran thing happened, how Egypt revolution happened. Okay, the Arab thing, what Arab way, what happened. So there are many things which has happened in the country just because of a post in the Facebook. Many of the violence have happened because of one particular video, one particular message, one particular chaos. Okay, just I'm giving an example again. One of the film actors said that he feels very insecure in the country, and he doesn't want to stay in the country like us. Okay, it started trolling, people started agitating, people started boycotting his films. It was so easy for it. He said his truth. ಈಗ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಆಗಿದ್ರು ಕೂಡ ನಮ್ದೇ ಭಯ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. We have our own fears, our own anxiety. I'm a human first, later on I'm an actor, later on I'm something else. Okay, but the thing is, I'm not even able to speak myself very freely. If you speak very freely on the internet or on the media, you are branded. Okay, so these are the kind of things. Okay, and even people change their things also. Okay, for example, let's give again an example, an academic thing. When Kangana Ranaut issues happened, okay, when the Kangana Ranaut issue happened way back in last year or something, where offices was been vandalized, our home was been taken, threat was been given for the actress. Okay, so everybody started speaking about Kangana this, Kangana this. People started boycotting her films. So what you did was, you were successful in targeting a particular thing. Not as an actress, I'm not speaking, but as a woman. This gender thing has been lost. So what happened was, it was very easy to create a kind of a chaos in the minds of the people. So you had a target to tarnish her image, you were successful. So let us see the pros and cons later, but the very damage is being done. Nobody speaks about the damage, because whatever these kind of damages happen, it happens for lifetime sometimes. Reputations are lost, lives are lost, families are lost. Okay, so we need to understand this. I told you the very first thing, the very fabric of the society is getting thinner. Okay, it's getting diminishing. The society is not strong as it used to be. Okay, let us ask our mothers, let us ask our fathers. Family bonding was so strong. Today divorces are becoming very easy because of the thing. You're getting divorced on the social media. You're dying, you're committing suicide on the social media. Okay, so all these things. So you're trying to create a kind of a fear and uncertainty thanks to this social media. But how many of are being socially responsible? Okay, so that needs to be done. And again, stereotyping. Okay, you are stereotyping the people. Please understand again and again. Again, I would like to give you an example here of how the stereotypings are being done. I don't know how many of you have seen the Tanishq ad on Bandito. So there was a Tanishq ad where they speak about two things. One is it was a ad where a mother-in-law is doing a baby shower of the daughter-in-law. ಅದೊಂದು ಅತ್ತೆ ಸೊಸೆಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಒಂದು ಶ್ರೀಮಂತ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ Tanishq ad, okay, where she gives the jewels. Okay, so when if you see that particular ad, or if you have seen, there was a lot of things which was written on the media, which was a lot of discussions happened on that. Anu, why I'm telling you that example is because I want to tell you and I want to show you with reality and real examples that how people can make things very wrong. Okay, how people can mar the very fabric, how they can break the people, how they can spoil the society, how they can break the society into pieces. Okay, because like media society ಅಂತ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ, because society ಗೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು media ಅಂತ, but media is not doing the work properly. I'm sorry to say, I belong to the department, but there are certain things which you need to tell. We are training our journalist friends, we are training, but ultimately it is the people. I want our people to be educated. You need to read between the lines. Okay, that is very much. So stereotype, I was just telling you about the example of Tanishq, where you find a daughter and a mother-in-law, but the only difference is that mother-in-law is a Muslim and the daughter-in-law is a Hindu. We don't see that. Because I'm a casteless, I don't believe in that. Okay, many of my friends may also be there. Okay, but there are also certain section of people who are very religious. Respect to that also. We respect them also. It is their upbringing. It is their individual thing. In a democracy, everybody are free to do whatever they want. That particular ad speaks about the bonding. That particular ad speaks about the love of a mother-in-law to a daughter-in-law. The advertisement also speaks about the newly becoming mother. She is a mother. She's going to be a mother. Okay, the joy, the enjoy. Everybody know. Every woman knows that how important it is to become a mother. Okay, how what kind of happiness you have. Okay, all those things are the positive sides of a advertisement. But our people don't want to see that. What they said was, how can a Hindu girl marry a Muslim boy? Why didn't she find any good guy in the Hindu thing? And somebody said that how can a Muslim lady do this god barai? How can she do a baby showering? It's not in our culture. It is very wrong. So that means what has happened here is people, instead of seeing the positive side of the thing, people started seeing the negative side of the thing. Okay, so this is what is happening. That's what I'm telling you. These are the main dangers. So the information is there, the message is there, okay, everything is there. But the way people take, I told you, information is different to different people. Our mindsets are different, our cultural backgrounds are different, our education is different, our thinkings are different, our ideologies are different. Fine, well and good. Please, we respect that. But when it comes to media, instead of instead of having respect to that, you are trying to make a stereotype. Okay, you know what was the result? You know what was the result of the Tanishq ad? They made the people, especially Tata company, they came up with this particular ad. Okay, that our money. Okay, that was a kind of a thing. They did. Kerala people will be knowing that it was related to jewelry, all those things. Okay, but the Tata company, the ad which was being made was asked to they said you can't do this, and the ad was been withdrawn. There was such a people wrote on bad things about all these things, about religion, about thing one sec about religion they spoke, about women they spoke. And you know what, they didn't stop there. The people who were there in the advertisements, they were targeted, they were beaten up. You may not be aware that the two ladies who were the main characters in this advertisement, they started getting threatened calls. Okay, they started getting they were asked to shut down their accounts. They said, if you have been seen here and there, see what I was going to do. It can be Hindu group, it can be Muslim group, it can be Christian group. People started targeting the people. This is what is happening. Okay, so that kind of stereotyping is there in the social media. You have to be very careful. Then misleading. As I told you, you are misleading the people. So taking the same example, what you are doing, you are trying to stop the people getting married to each religion. Okay, so it is between a boy and a girl, fine. But why you bring about the religion? See, we are Indians. I have respect for all our culture, and that kind of things are completely personal. And those personal things are being discussed in the media. And people, there are certain number of people who enjoy doing this. Okay, that also has to be taken care of. Then racism. Okay, so there are, how things are, racism, especially when what do you call Mary Com. Okay, I don't know how many of you are aware about when again I'm giving the example because it becomes easy for me to and make you people understand when Priyanka Chopra, she did the film on Mary Com. Okay, you must be knowing that. Okay, it was a very good film. She won the award also. It was one of the very best film about the biopic of Mary Com and all. Even during that particular time, okay, so people, they didn't speak about Mary Com's competence. They didn't speak about the award what she has taken, the medals she has taken, the being a champion, representing the country, being a woman, being from the northeast people. There are a lot of good things to speak about in the media. But you know what was spoken in the social media or in the media? It was spoken that she comes from a tribe community, she comes from the northeast, our skin texture is not good. Okay, she has got lot of things. The people started speaking about the appearance, the racism. See, this is what is happening. You are giving a chance for the people to speak about these kind of things on the social media, which is not done. Okay, so you need to take care of that situation also. And they also speak about law and order situation. Okay, especially during COVID, there was a lot of situation, law and order situations was to be taken into control. Our police department people wanted to see the things. Okay, law and order situations also there. Public health concern again during COVID. Okay, you saw how the hospitals were being flooded, how people were, there are many people who don't wanted to post the pictures of the dead bodies, but there were certain people who were posting the bodies, the dead bodies, burning praise. So what happened is public became more and more panic. Instead of giving the solutions, we are adding more pain to their situations. Yes, it is necessary to show, okay, not in such a way. One or two, fine. Now you know there is a ethic. There is an ethic in the media, especially I'm happy to say that in TV or in radio, TV, we don't show dead bodies. We don't show blood. We don't show rape victim. We don't show molested women. You have to blur the face. It's a situation. ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ಮುಖ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ ನೋಡಿರ್ಬೋದು. You wrap the face. That is the ethic. Okay, journalistic ethic is you are not supposed to show the person victimized, victim person, or maybe the person who is under the trial. We don't show their faces and all. But what happens in social media? Everything is kulla kulla. Somebody does a mobile recording of somebody getting into the jail, coming out of the jail, somebody partying, somebody drinking, and you put it on the social media. So where is the law and order situation? Where is the concern? Okay, so this is what happening. And even the manipulation, especially political thing, you manipulate a lot of things, especially during elections and all. You do all these kinds of a thing. Okay, so please understand that it is not just fake which make the people falsing. Okay, you see, everybody knows that it is fake, but we accept it on the face value. I told you that you have something called as a neighborhood. Okay, there are many people. So where does it start? Okay, I just want to tell you that where all these things starts. I'm sorry to say that all these things starts from the very primary circle, our friends, our family members. See, for example, if I'm just giving an example, I'm being a teacher. If I send something to the group, okay, if I send something to the group, the students will forward it thinking that, okay, Sapna ma'am has sent it, so it may be a true thing. But I may be a person with certain kind of an ideology. I may be having a certain kind of inclination towards something which I want to propagate among my contacts. Okay, so what I do is I start feeding that kind of a thing to my students, knowing that it is wrong, but I want to see that the people, that kind of mindset grows in the class. Okay, so you need to be very understand that these kind of neighborhoods, what I told you, the information neighborhood is not from anywhere, it is from your own circle. You have to share some, if your friends send something on your Facebook, you have to give a like. If not, he or she will feel bad, though you know that is not good. She might have written something, a bad thing about a personal particular person or a particular thing. You don't like it, but he or she is your friend, so you give a like, you write a comment on that because you don't want to lose the friendship. In saving your friendship, you're spoiling somebody's life there because you're seconding to the opinion. So these are the things which you need to understand, because many a time we also get carried away. Okay, so that is where each things come. Always remember, any information which comes to you or any kind of information you have an access, everything will have a different purpose. It has its own goal. People want to complete their goal. People want to get their purpose done. It has been done by different people. You don't know who has done it. I told you, right? People sitting in Assam, people sitting in Punjab, people sitting in Mysore. They are the people who are creating. They don't know what is happening in Israel, but they write about Israel. Okay, and that becomes viral. And the tension happens there in Israel. And these people enjoy killing the people, as bashing the people. They enjoy these kind of things. Okay, so you need to understand, because ultimately the outcome is different. Okay, so outcome is very much different. So information can be a raw material. Please understand, whatever comes in the form of an information to you on the social media are under this category. One is, it's a raw information which is not being cross checked, so it is just an information. Second important thing is, majority of the time what you see as an information in the Facebook, in WhatsApp or anywhere, it is advertising. People want to advertise themselves, people want to advertise their products, people want to advertise their idea. Okay, so we are becoming the prey for that ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ನಾವೊಂದು ಗಾಳ ಅಷ್ಟೇನೆ. Okay, ಒಬ್ಬರು ನನ್ನದು 100 ಜನ ಫಾಲೋವರ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. So if they tag me, I'll tell it to my another 100 people. So it is multiplying, right? So it is a form of an advertising. Okay, you are giving visibility for the content. Then publicity agbodu, it can be in the form of a publicity. Especially the entertainment sector, people want publicity. Everybody wants to be in public eye. The good reason, any kind of publicity is a publicity, whether it's a good publicity or a bad publicity. Publicity is publicity. Then you have got propaganda. So political propaganda, people use it for the political agenda. Entertainment, I told you, some people it is entertainment. Okay, people enjoy seeing blood. People enjoy being people beaten up. People enjoy a girl being banned, a girl being what do you call it, trolled, a girl picture being trolled. They get entertainment, satisfy their own mindset. We have that kind of a people also in the society. And media, what we say is, God, we need to develop a healthy society. In the name of media, in the name of society, in the name of information, we are developing these kind of mindsets. Okay, so entertainment. Earlier, I'm just giving an example. Earlier, there was certain taboos. Okay, people never used to speak about those. Even I'm a very open person. There are certain taboos like menstruation. Earlier, people never used to say about the menstruation. Okay, it is a very kind of a thing. Okay, now it is very common. We want our boys also to know what it is, that in a healthy and in a scientific manner, not in a bad manner. Okay, teasing somebody, making fun of or somebody, something. No, it is not the way. But for them, seeing menstruation can be of two things. You can see it as an healthy thing. You can see it as a growth of the population. You can see as the of a women. It's a menstruation. It's a very natural thing, which is a God-given gift for us. And you can also see the menstruation issue in the trolling, in the thing, as an entertainment. People enjoy seeing that. Teasing a girl. Okay, so all these kind of things. So you have to be very careful what is entertainment and what is not entertainment. Nodi, journalism bandile enta place al bandi nodi, sixth spot. Okay, for many people, this content or this information is journalism is on the sixth spot. Okay, that means for them it's advertising, publicity, entertainment, propaganda. Then it is also opinion. Many people ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಒಪಿನಿಯನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬಹುದು, ಫೇಸ್ಬುಕ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಎವ್ರಿಬಡಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಗಾಟ್ ಎನ್ ಒಪಿನಿಯನ್. Okay, so good. In a democratic country like us, everybody should have an opinion. But how good your opinion is? Is your opinion harming somebody? Is you building a good society? That has to be questioned. Okay, and we also have something called as a clickbait. Okay, clickbait, and I'll give an example. You just open up something. Okay, some messages comes to you. Okay, which says, for example, I'm just giving it because I was just reading it very yesterday. Katrina Kaif is getting married at the year end, so and so. Okay. But when you click it, it will not go there. It will go to something else. It will not. The picture will be of Katrina Kaif and the content will be of Katrina Kaif, some information. But when you click on the link, it will go to something else. Gala anta helti gottalla, meen hidibekare we put a gala. Okay, in order to catch a fish, you just put a bait. You just put something and you put a bait and the fish is being caught. So that clickbait is something where everything happens on a click. Okay, that is the clickbait. It is also one of the common fake news what you people see. Fine. Just see here. I just want you people to answer. As soon as you show you the picture like this, what comes to your mind? Please. I want you people to answer. Let's have some exercises so that you also not feel bored. Yeah, please. Can anybody tell me what comes to your mind as soon as you see this particular picture?
Patriotic issue.
Ma'am, tell me, come again, ma'am.
Patriotic.
Okay. Okay, fine. Good. Okay, for ma'am, it's about patriotism. Fine. Okay. Other than that?
National symbols.
Okay, national symbols. Okay, for one of our teachers says for him it is a national symbol. Okay, fine. Then anything else? Anything else? What, as soon as you see the picture, what all comes to your mind?
Indian flag has been imposed on several foreign
Mm.
famous buildings.
Okay, fine. Okay, the monuments. Okay, world famous monuments. But you have this picture karke some. Okay, one of the circle. Okay, fine. Because I told you, different people will see in different way. For ma'am, it was patriotism. For sir, it was the he was the displaying of the national flag on the monuments, world renowned monument. Anything else? And you think all these pictures are real?
I think it's a fake.
Okay,
Images.
fine. That's what my very next question was. Do you think it is real?
Fake.
Not real. Why do you say that? Okay, fine. Yes. According to ma'am or according to sir, they say it is a fake one. Why do you think so?
This is the design.
Okay. 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 Anything else?
And,
Fine. Fine, ma'am. Fine. I'll take
You
it.
know what original structure is?
You'll know what original structure is. Okay. Fine. Taken. Okay. Right.
No,
Okay.
we don't
Fine.
have any authentic references to claim these images are
True.
authentic.
True. Authentic. Okay, fine. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thanks for all your answers. Yes, as you all, everybody said, and everybody gave your opinions. Fine. Okay. So that was your perception. Okay. As you spoke, and as I could understand, everybody is as a perspective. So for some team, it is patriotism. For somebody, it is monuments. For somebody, it is a fake. Fine. But did you ever observe? Because because this is how the social media works. This is what I speak about, the media literacy. Did you ever observe any one of you in the group, 31 among me, 31 me? Did anybody observe who has shared this on their Twitter account? Did you anybody see the name?
Yeah,
Down?
Kiran
Yeah.
Bedi.
Kiran Bedi. And it's a
Bedi.
blue tick. Yeah, correct. Fine. And you know what kind of value, what kind of personality madam is. Okay, I always have a value for her because she's been the first IPS officer, and now she was also the governor general for Pondicherry and all. See, and that is her official Twitter account. And a person like Kiran Bedi, and I'm just giving an example. That means how politicians use their social media for propaganda. See, we are all educated, so we got to know that it is a fake one. It is a fake photo. It is not real. But the person who has shared, she posted this saying that fantastic and Jai Hind, which conveys a message to our followers that just because India is a very developing country, India is one on the in the forefront as a developing country, and it is one of the emerging as a stronger economy or a stronger country. All the other countries in their monuments are celebrating the Independence Day or the Republic Day, which is a wrong message. Actually, it is nothing has happened. Nothing of this sort has happened. Maybe in Burj Khalifa, they might have done it. Okay, because there are a lot of Indians, and every time, whenever there's a situation, whenever there is a particular thing, people usually display the pictures. But it's not happened in New York. It's not happened in Burj Khalifa. So it's not happened in the Brazil. It's not happened in Eiffel Tower. So it's not happened in even in Singapore. Okay, or maybe in the Pisa. The thing is, the person who has shared is a person who is using it for her own publicity. So this is how the politicians use it for taking the people into confidence, taking the people into consideration, and also you have to be very careful that these kind of social posts are the PR materials. Okay, it is only public relation, and these are all only for their own political propaganda, their own political mileages people are using. For an educated person, we can understand, but think of think of an uneducated person. Think of a blind person who is following that particular has to be very true. It has to be fair. Okay, fair in the sense it should not take anybody's side. It has to be a balanced one. We always say news has to be objective. ಯಾವುದೇ ಜನ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಯಾವುದೇ ಕೋಮುಗಳಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಯಾವುದೇ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿಗಳಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅದು ಪರ ಬರೀಬಾರ್ದು. Objective ಆಗಿ ಬರೀಬೇಕು. We need to do the things in a very objective manner. We should not be subjective. Okay, I may be a person who is playing one particular political party. So in my news, I shouldn't highlight that political party just because I'm for that political party. So it has to be a balance. But how many of us are doing it? That is the question. One thing, and at the same time, you have to keep it more transparent. Okay. So always remember there are two things, one the news, one the opinion. Every information will have two components. One is news and one is opinion. And today in India, everybody are opinion makers. So everybody has an opinion. But bad opinion kodoru jasti nammal. Okay, there are more people are giving more of a opinion. Okay. So one sec. One sec. I'll come to my last component. That's right. So what should we care? Okay, whenever you're taking the information for the which speaks about the society, which speaks about that. So please understand that news reporting gives you the information of the informed decision, but whereas opinion is about what you make up your mind. Okay, what my opinion is that I'll be trying to give it. Okay, I'll just come for that. Okay, please understand any news which comes to you will have these 5 components. Okay, yeah, whatever information which comes to you, whether it's a form of a media, whether it comes to you, these 5 components are always there. It should have fact. It is having fact. Second thing is it is analysis. I analyze in a different manner. You analyze it in a different manner. You are giving your analysis. Third is the opinion of the people. Mass opinion. Okay, every opinion, everybody says this is correct, that is correct. So it is also opinion. Then you also have something called as misleading and incomplete opinion. Many a times incomplete opinions are there and the media is doing this only. They give you information, but that is incomplete without any kind of a fact checking, without doing any kind of an authentic corrections. They do breaking news. This is not cross verified.
Not audible.
Can you hear me?
Okay, no, okay.
Okay,
Yes,
thank
yes.
you. Okay, so any kind of a thing, any kind of information which comes to you will have these 5 things. Okay, facts, 20% or 30% will be a fact, 20% will be an analysis, 10% will be opinion, 40% can be a misleading or an incomplete information, and it is very inaccurate. So we have to weigh these things. So what is there, what is not there, we need to check it. But still, why people use this social media, and understand today social media is prone to misinformation. One is it is very easy to create and it is very easy to disseminate. It is very easy to manipulate. Okay, you can manipulate the people mindset. You can create anything. I told you, right? If you are good at graphic designer, you can do a lot of photo morphing. You can do the morphing of the papers and you can just send it across. Okay, and at the same time, there is no cross checking. Nobody verifies. Okay, and one more thing, please understand that there is no rule. Okay, I'll come to it in the end of the how law we are dealing with this kind of a thing. Then see, always understand when it comes to social media, there are different things which can be manipulated, which you may not be knowing, which I may not be knowing. Okay, I'm trying to tell you about how these manipulations happen. How the manipulations happen in the social. One is images can be manipulated. People manipulate images. I told you, somebody's body, somebody's head. Okay, so you you can show 100 people standing in a group, though there are only 2 or 3 people in the group, but you show 100 people standing for something else, which is a wrong thing. Okay, you can manipulate with the images. Second thing is a real video would be there, but you will have a false message, that is voiceover. Okay, so some old image would be there, but you're adding a false image. That is what the students are doing nowadays in Instagram and all. So you're taking the video of but you're adding music to it, as if you're dancing, as if you're singing. But many of the people don't know that it is not. It is a very false one. That is also there. Then you also have real video, but with false audio. That is there. Then you have got basic manipulations. Please understand. One video can be created by 10 videos putting together. Okay, you have shallow fakes and deep fakes. Deep fakes is a kind of a manipulation which is done in the YouTube or maybe in the Facebook and all, where 10 videos can be put as one video. For example, 00 say 0 10 tak will be one video. From 10 to 25 it will be some other video. 25 to 30 will be some other video. You put all the videos together and create one video. Okay, and with a bad message. Okay, so these kind of things are called as deep fakes. Okay, deep fakes is also one of the kind of a thing which is very much done in the social media. Okay, I'll show you with example. That's why. Okay, so what happens here is another important thing what we need to understand is people tend to believe whatever is being sent. I told you, right? If Sapna sends something to the students group, students will not question, because people think that Sapna ma'am has sent it and we have to trust it. Okay, we have to trust it and we have to forward it. So they do it because they trust me. and I need to maintain that trust. But it is easy for us to break the trust also. So it usually comes from the close family. It comes from the close friends. So you have to be very careful. Without your knowledge, things are happening. Please understand, there is some concept, there is some technical thing called as a filter bubble. This filter bubble happens in Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Okay. So thing is, what is filter bubble? The filter bubble is a concept where, for example, I'm just giving an example where you must be wondering. For example, you have liked the page, in Facebook. The very next day, you will be, for example, you have clicked the Amazon thing. Okay, you have clicked the Amazon thing. Next day, there will be lot of messages coming from Flipkart. There will be lot of hello. There will be lot of messages which is coming from the Mintra. Lot of things coming from Ajio and all. The thing is, we have something called as an algorithm will be there in the Facebook where it will see what is the history or what are the kind of liking what Sapna is doing every day. For example, I follow John Abraham. Okay, I like John Abraham very well. Okay, as a film actor, I appreciate his work. Okay, I've been liking the person. So what happens here is the very next day, whatever John Abraham's things are there, it will be there on my news feed, whether I have liked it or not. But all the information keeps coming to you because Facebook has maintained that algorithm which speaks about the browsing history of Sapna. What all ಏನೇನ್ ಸರ್ಚ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಯಾವ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಲೈಕ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So if I click on one particular resort and hotel, more than 100 hotels and resort will be there on my page. Okay, but I've observed that this component or this concept is called as filter bubble. This happens in Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. ನೀವು ನಾಳೆ ಏನೋ ಶಿಲ್ಪಾ ಶೆಟ್ಟಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಏನೋ ಲೈಕ್ ಮಾಡಿರಿ, ಶಿಲ್ಪಾ ಶೆಟ್ಟಿ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ನಿಮಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಬೇಡ ಆಗಲಿದ್ದು. But what happens here is they want the page to grow. They want the information to be grown. Okay, this component is called as filter bubble concept, which we are not aware of. Okay, at the same time, you also have something called as echo chamber. This echo chamber happens in WhatsApp. Okay, it usually happens in WhatsApp. Idu enu anta helidre bias information. Okay, while the social media can create a filter bubble, for example, end users, for example, the best example is the WhatsApp ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ. ಎಕೋ ಚೇಂಬರ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಆಫ್ ನಿಮ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇರಬಹುದು. ಓಕೆ, ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. 50 people would be there. I'm telling you an example of how echo chamber works. 50 students will be there in the group. Somebody in the group says happy birthday Sapna ma'am. Okay, somebody says happy birthday Sapna ma'am, that's my birthday, that way all 50 people will say the same thing, and whether they like Sapna or not, okay, whether they want to wish me very genuinely or not, whether they like me as a teacher or not. But as you are in a group, you are compelled to do it. In family group galella nodkolli, na ಏನು examples ಕೊಡೋದೇ ಬೇಡ. Please look into your family groups. If somebody likes somebody or if somebody wishes on your anniversary or something, you expect all the people to wish you on your birthday, all the people to wish you on the anniversary. If they don't do it, then you'll start bitching about them. You'll start speaking ill about them. Family ಅವರ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಹೊಟ್ಟೆವ್ರಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಮೇಲೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಲೈಕ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ. You might have seen that. So this kind of a concept is called as an echo chamber, which happens in the closed groups. Okay, the very best example is your WhatsApp group. Okay, so you need to understand what is a filter bubble and what is a echo chamber. Okay, that concept is very much there to the thing. Okay, so the next important thing what I wanted to tell you very importantly is about types of misleading content. Okay, everybody are online. Most of you people keep working on your online. I'll go a little bit fast because we have got only 25 minutes to be pulled up. Later on, we'll take some 2 or 3 questions. Okay, misleading content. Okay, ಒಂದು ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ these are the kind of content which comes to you which you are not aware of. Okay, so I'll tell you which are those types. The very first kind of thing is I told you about the propaganda. Okay, there are 8 of them which I'll be telling you, different kinds of online misleading content which we believe it. First and the foremost is the propaganda. Propaganda is one of the best misleading content which you find in all the social media, especially of the political parties and the political leaders. Just see this picture. Okay, this picture is posted by one of the MLA who is a Congress MLA called Jitu Patwari. Jitu Patwari belongs to Chhattisgarh. Okay, Jitu Patwari. He is a Madhya Pradesh Congress person. Obviously, you know how the people keep exchanging the pictures. So he posted a picture and he said, see the way Narendra Modi ji travels. It is Narendra Modi ji's private jet. See the sofa set. That is, they don't post ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. Okay. So all the followers of the Congress party or people who are against the particular ruling party or against the person, they start distributing this. Okay, they start sharing the thing, they start keep posting it, and they start writing about it. When we did the cross check, okay, ಯಾವಾಗ ನಾವು cross check ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ whether to see whether the photo is real or not, we got to know that it is not Narendra Modi's private jet, but it is the Boeing best selling 787 Dreamliner anta. But ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, picture na use ಮಾಡಿ, they have used it in a different context. I told you in the earlier thing, you have something called as a false context. If you are using the picture which is not of the Narendra Modi's private jet, but you are using it because you want to bring a bad name to the political party or to the political leader and tell the people as to how much of money they are spending. So this is one of the kind of the propaganda which is being done very regularly. Okay, ಅದೇ ತರ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. I'm just giving an example for propaganda. The second important thing what you see on online is called as a clickbait. I told you, you open up a Google page or you open up anything, you'll get these kind of the news programs. So you get then these kind of the news content there. So I want to see one or the other thing. I want to go and speak about the US company, or I want to speak about the man who gained the boom, or I want to speak about the retire rich. These are called as the clickbait. So what happens here is, by chance, if I go and click on this particular page or particular news item, it will not show me the real news, whereas it will take me to a particular website which needs more publicity. So click again, because nowadays everything is measured in terms of click. How many clicks happened in a day? How many shares happened in a day? How many views happened in a day? ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲಾರಿಟಿ, ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ನಮಗೆ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಸಿಗೋದು ಏನಾಗೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಪೀಪಲ್ ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಬೈ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಮೆನಿ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಸ್ಟೋರೀಸ್, ನೀವೇನೋ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ ಹಾಕಿರ್ತೀರ, ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಬರ್ದಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಡು ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ನೋ ದಿ ರಿಯಲ್ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಕತ್ರಿನಾ ಕೈಫ್ ಅಂತ ಏನೋ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಬಟ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಕ್ಲಿಕ್ ದಟ್, so people, especially women, oh, everybody wants to lose weight, everybody wants to look like Katrina Kaif, so you go and click it, it will take you to some other thing. You don't get any information. Those kind of things are called as a clickbait. Okay, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಕ್ಲಿಕ್ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, the content ಓದ್ತಿರೋ ಇಲ್ವಾ, that is secondary for them, but you have clicked it, right? So 100 people clicking in a day, that means they'll get money out of it. Okay, so this is the second way of online thing. The third kind of a online content what you see is called as a sponsored content. Okay, so especially it happens in Google, especially it happens in Facebook also. For example, you are watching a video, and in Facebook some advertisements will be coming, or in the YouTube will be watching an advertisement. All of a sudden, an advertisement comes up. Okay, but instead, when you're seeing that, some people will skip the ad ಅಂತ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ, ನೋಡಿರ್ಬೋದು. If you don't like the advertisement, you can skip the ad in 5 seconds or 5 seconds, you can click it. But if the ad is very interesting, if the picture is very interesting, what I do is, instead of seeing that Katrina Kaif or maybe John Abraham song, I'll turn towards that main content and I'll go towards that advertisement. So ಏನಾಯ್ತು, ಅಡ್ವರ್ಟೈಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಗೆ ಯಾರೊಬ್ರು ಸಿಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದೇರ್ ಐ ಗೋ ಟು ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಐ ಲೀವಿಂಗ್ ದ ಮೇನ್ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್, ಐ ಆಮ್ ಫಾಲೋಯಿಂಗ್ ದ ಅಡ್ವರ್ಟೈಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದಿ ಅದರ್. This is called as a sponsored content, where the person who is there online forgets the main content and start following the other bits and pieces which are more interesting. So this is also one of the way of misleading the content. ಅವಾಗೇನಾಯ್ತು, ನೀವು ಓದೋದೇ ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಟ್ರ, completely forgotten the real content, but you are speaking about advertisements. Okay, so what happens? The person gets the audience, the person will get the content. So any kind of a fake content can be posted there. So that is called as the sponsored content. That is also there. Okay, then you have something called as satire or hoax. Okay, so wherein you play with the logos. For example, LOI, times now they have made it as times how. Okay, so this is LOI na TY irbekar, actually that is Times of India, but it is written as Limes of India. But there are certain people, in a matter of hurry or in a matter of urgency, they will click on that without seeing whether it is Times how or Times now, because the logo is same, the color is same, the fonts are same, but you didn't see because ultimately you thought that it must be Times now. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಟಿವಿನೇನು ಅದೇ ತರ ಕಲರ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅಥವಾ TV6 ತರ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ನೋಡಿರ್ಬೇಕು ನೀವು, ಅದನ್ನ ತುಂಬಾ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸಮಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಯು ಗೆಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾರಿಡ್ ಅವೇ ಬೈ ದೀಸ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಹಾಕ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಹಾಕ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ವೇರ್ ಯು ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ಪ್ಲೇ ವಿತ್ ದ psychology of the people by using different logos. Okay, different logos ಗಳು ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಆಡಿರ್ತಂತ, that is also called as a satire or a hoax. Then you have something called as an error. Okay, then you also have something called as an error content, what you usually see. For example, we always believe our reporters or journalists are very good. Okay, they give us the correct information, they give us the authentic information anta. So enta error aitu anta helidre Rajdeep Sardesai, you must be knowing, he was one of the he is India's leading journalist. He has a Twitter account and he keeps new ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಅಷ್ಟು 10 lakhs ಅಷ್ಟು followers ಗಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Okay, so what happens was, he instead of at that particular point of time, our former president Pranab Mukherjee was ill. He was hospitalized, in the sense he was in on the bed, on a ventilation and all. So somebody gave a message saying that Pranab Mukherjee sir has died. Okay, our president has passed away anta they gave the thing. Okay, Rajdeep Sardesai, though he claims to be a very good reporter, India's leading journalist, without cross-checking, without asking the sources, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಏನೋ ವಿಷಯ ಬಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಕನ್ಫರ್ಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು, ಕನ್ಫರ್ಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು you have to put it. But what he did was, he was hailing, he was already very serious, so ಸತ್ತೋಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, he posted it on his Twitter account saying that former president Pranab Mukherjee has passed away, farewell Pranab da, rest in peace, and he put it. After, see, at around 9 o'clock in the morning, he has posted it. Okay, that is only half an hour. So as soon as the thing posted, people started putting it on their Twitter retweets. Gottala how we do it. Okay, we start doing the retweets and all. People started discussing on their media, this, that, Pranabja, that, this and all. So Pranab Mukherjee's son calls up Rajdeep Sardesai and he says, "Excuse me, Mr. Rajdeep Sardesai, you may be a very noted journalist, but my father hasn't passed away. He's still seriously ill and is still on ventilation, and the doctors haven't declared him dead. So please take away your thing anta helbiಟ್ಟು he sends a message." So after half an hour, that is at 9:30, again Rajdeep Sardesai comes up with one more tweet saying this: "My deep apologies for falling prey to a fake news and circulating saying that the Pranab Mukherjee has died, and I am very unprofessional." ಅಂತ ಅವರೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. Though being a journalist, ನನ್ನೇನೆ ಯಾಮಾರಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ರು. Okay, people made me fool, and it was my wrong, that unethical, that I didn't cross check with the son, I didn't cross check with the family, I didn't cross check with the authentic source, but I posted it. And the apologies andre, as a good journalist only people can be misled. ಅಷ್ಟು ಜರ್ನಲಿಸಮ್ 35 ವರ್ಷ ಓದಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಇದ್ದವ್ರಿಗೆನೆ ಮಿಸ್ಲೀಡ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಮೇಲೆ, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ಅ ಕಾಮನ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿಟಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಅ ರೂರಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ. Okay, so it is very easy to manipulate things. So you need to understand. Then you also have one kind of a thing called as partisan. Okay, partisan is a situation where you use the same image but for different purposes. Okay, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬಹುದು, I don't know how many of you are aware of this. BJP political party had one. I'm just giving again I'm giving it as an example for you. Please don't take it in any other sense. Okay, so BJP political party had one photo where one politician was ಕಾಲ್ ಮುಕ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದು. Okay, he was just praying the mother of one political party leader was taking the blessing from the mother. What happened was, the same women was the mother of all the other political party leaders. A same picture na, but only the face of the politicians was changing, but the mother remained the same. Okay, so what happened was, one image, many claims. Okay, so this particular picture I'm just showing you, where they show a picture of a man standing on our national flag, which is very horrible to see somebody disrespecting our particular thing, and wearing a Pakistani flag. This particular picture was circulated in the area where Muslim community were more, especially in UP. This particular image was been circulated in UP, where we find more number of that particular Muslim community of people. ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ನೋಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣನೇ, when you see this kind of a picture, the blood will start boiling and will start targeting one particular community of people again and again. Okay, so but when we did a cross check, when we wanted to see whether this picture is fake or not, the same picture was used in Bangalore, the same picture was used in UP, the same picture was used in some places where the community is more. But when we did the cross checking, when fact check ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿದ್ದು, this picture is not from India at all. It was a picture taken from Pakistan. Okay, it was a picture where a Pakistani citizen is not even a citizen of the India. He was a Pakistani citizen. He has done this particular thing, but the picture was misused in the country, in the area where this community people were more, because they wanted to create a kind of polarization. Okay, but how many of us know that? How one particular thing can lead to something else. Then conspiracy theory. This is very common nowadays, which is happening, where you want to stop doing something good. I told you about Tanish. It can be a conspiracy theory, okay, where you don't want to encourage inter-religion marriages in the country. It is it's a very, very best example of a conspiracy theory. At the same time, we'll also tell you one more example of conspiracy theory, because again, COVID, again, I'm taking the example of the COVID, when India started vaccination. Okay, today we say that our largest in the world, we are the largest country where maximum vaccination has happened. When the vaccination was started way back in the year 2020, in the initial 2020 year, 2020 June, July, or maybe in the month of August, experimentations were done, technical, scientific innovations were done. One particular political party, okay, Samajwadi Party, again in UP, I'm giving an example. Samajwadi Party has got a very long following. So when the government of India came up with the vaccination and they requested the people to take the vaccination, some were given free and some were given paid and all. Samajwadi Party came up with a very good slogan. They said, especially the political party leader. Okay, he said, I'm not going to take the vaccination. Okay, Yadav. Okay, Yadav, he said, I'm not going to take the vaccination because it is done by the ruling party, which is a BJP party. BJP party might have injected this, BJP party might have done this, BJP party might have done this. Here, it is not the political party, it is not the politicians, it is not the person who is important. It is about the lives of the people. Okay, so when he himself on the radio, on the television, and on a political platform said, I request all my Samajwadi Party followers, not to take vaccination. Please refrain from taking the vaccination given by this political party. Okay? He made an announcement. You may believe it or not, 35,000 people who are the stunt followers of the Samajwadi Party didn't take the vaccination, believing that it is true. My leader is not taking the thing, when Mr. Yadavji is not taking the vaccination, I don't want to take. This is what you call as a conspiracy theory, where you think of a propaganda. You are playing with the lives of the people. You may go and take it somewhere, or maybe you have the facility where you can go to the hospitals, where you can get the treatment and get out of corona or COVID. But what about other people? This is the kind of thing what the information is happening in the country, and you have to be very careful about it. And I told you about the pseudoscience. Okay, people said you can take lime, you can take turmeric water, you can take hot water, until and unless it comes from a very authentic thing. WHO. Okay, WHO, everybody believes WHO, World Health Organization. Okay, they have sanctioned COVID. They have sanctioned approval of the vaccine. Okay, so only when it comes from the authentic information, you people have to believe that. Okay, so this is an example of misinformation. See the picture. Okay, I told you, misinformation is something which is not harmful. It's not going to harm anybody. Okay, so this picture somebody posted saying that the beautiful ground is not in Europe, but it is in Manipur, because Manipur is a place where many people play football. Okay, and we don't even know, because many of us haven't explored Northeast also, so maybe that is a thing. But when we did the cross check, we got to know that the real picture is from Russia, but it's not from Manipur. But you're trying to promote your Manipur culture, you're trying to promote Manipur tourism, something or the other, but it is not harmful. Just imagine, in the same place of this picture, there is a lynching of a man. There is a butchering of a girl. There is a picture or a video of a person throwing acid on a girl. See the kind of impact it will add on the people. Okay, so that is disinformation. You're instigating somebody to do something bad. Okay, that is how the things are happening. People enjoy. I don't know how many of you are aware that when we did a survey, we got to know that 32% of the people, okay, the online users in the country, enjoy accident pictures, accident videos. ನಮಗೆ ಶಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಅನ್ಸ್ಬಿಡ್ತು. Okay, which was very shocking for us when we did a survey to know what kind of videos do you enjoy online, whether it is entertainment, whether it is cookery videos, or whether it is beauty videos, or whether it is political videos in the Kottaga. The results showed that 32% of the people in our state, okay, because the study was done within the state, we got to know that 32% of the people out of 480 people whom we surveyed, 32% like accident videos. They want to see blood, want to see how the accident happened. They want to see how the sari got stuck up and how the truck went on the thing. See the kind of mentality what people have. Okay, so this is what information. This is what the media has to give, because that is not shown on TV. We also asked them, why do you enjoy this accident video? They said in TV or in paper we don't see the pictures, whereas in the video and in the YouTube and all, we see the pictures, we see the action happening, we see the blood oozing out of the body, we see the charred bodies, we see the mutilated bodies in the Heldaga. Just imagine the kind of mindset what people have. Okay, so this is what information is. This is what the social media is doing. So there are a lot of bogus things. We have done that. Okay, I don't know whether we have started clapping the hands. Now Deepagal hachidvi, Corona hogake Deepa hachidvi. We have clapped the hands. Haven't we done that? Though being educated, though we know it is not going to happen. Vaccination is the thing. Mask is the thing. Maintaining distance, maintaining a healthy hygiene, good food is the reality. But even then we did this. Even did we ring the bell. Okay, just because it was given a call by the president, well, fine, you do it. But what is the reality? Why is it we are trying to mislead? Adhan yaro question madide, you become anti-national. You become a traitor of the country. Okay, you are being misfollowed. Your films are not promoted. You have been sidelined. So this is the kind of thing what you happen. Then, in spite of telling you all these things, you may ask me, whom do you trust then? Yarna trust madbeku. Okay, yes, social media is there, people is giving information, many of them do. Then what is it you are supposed to trust? Okay, one is very simple. One is you have to consider the source. Yellinda barthe, who is the people who are doing it? If the information comes from the WHO, they are the reliable source. If the information comes from the government office, it is a reliable source. If it comes from the CMO office or a PMO office, it's a reliable source because it is the government. There is somebody to take the responsibility of the action. So you have to verify. Okay, you have to see the supporting evidences. Correct agidya, sullidya. You have to do all these things. I told you, check the date of publication. 3 ವರ್ಷ ಹಿಂದೆ ಆಗಿರೋದನ್ನ ಇವಾಗ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. The story might have come 10 years back, but the story is used by now, which is wrong. How many of us are aware of that? Okay, so you have to be very careful, because I'm telling you the reason why I'm stressing on this is because we are all teachers. Tomorrow we go back to the classrooms. You meet a lot of people. There are many students who have this kind of mindset. Okay, at least you can't tell them not to use because it is their personal right. Okay, we are in a democratic country. Everybody uses, fine. But tell the people, tell the students, tell your primary circle that what should be used, why, what kind of content should be used. Instead of promoting the bad content, try to promote good content. Create an awareness about the clickbait. Create awareness about the error. Tell them what is a conspiracy theory. So there are many people. At least we have our own brain. Let us think 10 times before doing something. Okay. At least ಏನು ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ವಾ ನಮ್ಗೆ? At least let us not forward the bad things. At least tell your students that there is a bad picture, bad kind of a video of a girl or of a woman or of a particular boy or of any action. Please tell them that don't intensify that. Don't stop, because don't forward it to your family, because your family will do it to somebody else. 256 to 480, 480 to 1000, 1000 to 2000. So let us not popularize those kind of things. So that has to be okay. So we have analyzed something called as anise. Okay, anise is something thing. Okay, anise is nothing but authoritative. So you need to have, anise is a very small source. We have to understand something. A person who has got a knowledge. If a person, for example, if Sapna speaks about journalism, so she is a knowledgeable person. So she is an authority. So that is acceptable. I can't speak as a cardiologist because I'm not a cardiologist. If it comes from Devi Shetty, so then people can believe that. Okay, so you need to understand that it has to come from an authority. Okay, second thing is you have to see who has done that. Name. Many a time people don't even name them. Okay, so if it's a beauty tip, somebody else. If it is an aviation minister tells, so that this relevance is there. So you need to name them, because many of the content comes without name. It doesn't have any identity. So you need not have to believe anything which comes from another kind of a person. And see whether it is very independent, whether it's trying to be very partial, whether it's trying to give you some false statement. Okay, at least you should be able to think. At least we should give some food for thought. We should think about ourselves. Okay, then evidences. Okay, corroborated ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು, documents ಗಳಿದೆಯಾ, cross check ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಸತಿನೂ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. But the best thing what we people can do is to cross check. Okay, to cross check. Okay, so this is the thing. So there was, I'm just ending up with the last example. So you might have seen these kind of pictures coming to you. History teachers are there, sociology teachers are there, scientific teachers are there. So there barutte. Okay, it speaks about Lord Macaulay, who says that have traveled across the country and I found India is the best country. That this and bardidare and the photo. I don't even know whether that picture is of a Macaulay or not. I don't know. Okay. And it also says this is the truth about India. Share as much as possible. And Pandit Takshne, please understand this is material is about propaganda. It is not true. Okay, and let every Indian know their past. Okay, so there may be some person who is doing all these things. If it comes from a historian, well and good. But if it doesn't come, please understand somebody is trying to cook his food. Somebody is trying to cook his thoughts. Somebody is trying to manipulate something for his own benefit, not for the society. So you have to be very careful about all these things. Yeah. Any questions? I'll stop it here. I think I'm exactly on time and I have given enough things for you people to think about and enough information also, because it is a thing which we can go on and on and on. But as it's a new team and sir told me that it is an interdisciplinary, so you people may be speaking about your own subjects every now and then, but coming from the media, I thought this kind of a media literacy, this kind of an awareness, this kind of importance is very much necessary for my teacher friends to know and to carry forward this kind of a thing to the classrooms. So that's the reason why I took up this topic. Hopefully it has given you some good food for thought and some points to think about, and also to follow certain things in the future or maybe in the coming times and all. I'll stop it here. I'll be happy to take 2 or 3 questions, observations, criticisms. Can be there, no appreciations, but you can take criticisms. You can give me your observations. Thank you one and all. Yeah.